Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to another episode of gaming with yours truly, Miko's Musings. We're starting a new game here, and it is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. I don't know what Ultra Deluxe entails, but we're going to get started. This was one of the free PlayStation games of the month. I did play this
This is the
years
story of
ago.
a man named Stanley.
Okay, we'll pause for a second.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every
Soul-rending.
moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, Stanley. Stanley's a
And
simple
then
man.
one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Alrighty. Anyways, as I was saying, that pan's a little quick. I have played the Stanley Parable before, but it has been many, many years. Let's turn that down a little. That's a little too slow. Sorry, bear with me just one moment. Alrighty. There we go. Woo. But I'll be honest, although I have played this game, I remember just about nothing. And I'm sure some of it'll come back to me, but
All of his co-workers were gone.
yeah.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This is very, very sterile office. 424. Turn to page 394. Okay, so we're going to the meeting room. Is that what he said?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Should we be problematic? Oh, what the hell?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, Stanley wanted a snack. I want employee 450's office.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley
the
simply
generic
stood here,
cold
drinking it
drinks.
all in.
Drinking it all in, but we don't get a cold drink. Shame.
Yes, really, really worth it being. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Should we do it? That looks interesting.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry, narrator. Should we go back? Can we go back? Oh, alrighty. Stanley's so bad at following directions.
Look,
Ooh.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh,
Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
huh.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
I've just figured out a couple buttons. We've got L2 is duck, L1 is to so our triggers on the left are duck. I hear that clatter that sounds like a keyboard. That's X. Woo.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Did I just break the matrix?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Ooh.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Well, that was creepy.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Ooh. Can't open. Can't open.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh. Good morning, employee 427. Press up on your controller.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
We made the narrator mad.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands.
Oh my gosh, this is like giving me
And each day that he
anxiety.
returned to work was a reminder
gotta
that
get the hell
none of
outta
it
here.
would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly. So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
I literally can't press anything else.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path
This
lay
is
an
turning
enormous
back into
round
the
room
office?
with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a
What is
game
the
with
yellow
a
line
baby.
TM?
And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again And then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he
Okay, I hate
spends here,
Monday.
the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop.
What
Here,
the
watch
hell?
this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Okay, don't do it. I'm not doing it. How long do we not do it? This is some existential bullshit. Come on, narrator. Praise me for listening. Okay, that's a minute. Is the point that you eventually just have to press the button? Okay, we'll give it 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to.
Press
But I
X to
don't make the
question
rules.
nothing.
I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm
Okay.
compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What? Alrighty, I guess that was game over. No reward for thinking for yourself. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, we're gonna follow instructions this time. I feel like it got horribly punished.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items. Right next to his agenda, reflect. Target, push for funding for research and development of new coffee machine. Standardized graphs, 40x wide, not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Hire someone to synergize paper. This is the most generic corporate bullshit. I love it. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of blurry blur blur. Future was yesterday, tomorrow is now. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20. If you find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict unless you're the kind of person who initiates conflict, why did we hire you? What are your dreams? Transcend, plant life, football, success, travel, metamorphosis, comatose, less air, spring break, hope, clear skin, pollution, a boat, mitosis. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less, do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day with no expectation of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Talk it out passive aggressively with other coworkers. Resent coworker for not supporting you more. Coworkers. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a calm and productive work environment. Everyone is unique. You most of all. This is amazing. This is the best PowerPoint. Number of slides on this slide. Slides, charts, charts, and slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Oh, I can't read it. It's too tiny. That's funny. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. Please, I'm begging. Stop. The boss appreciation minute. Circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. I think that's it. Yeah, that was amazing. To do, synergize core values, expenditures, shift global market parade, monetize free to play. I'll tell you some of this corporate nonsense. I'm familiar with it. Oh, the broom closet opened.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Alrighty, I can take a hint.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh. That's foreboding. This gives me control vibes, which I never did quite beat. Okay, we're not going to go down there because I feel like I'm going to get super duper punished for that. Oh. Oh, that's not spooky red. I was like, it's red up here too. Okay. Executive bathroom. Hell yeah. Whoop. I want this bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to just have to pick just one. So unsanitary. Toilet magazines, gross. Why are there glasses everywhere? There's one there, there's two over here. What the fricker frack? What does it say? Business strategy? What the actual flip? That's a panda bear with a gun to its head. No. No. That's not weird at all. Business strategy. Ah, the facelessness of bureaucracy. Gotta love that. Although I would love this office.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Random.
Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Sheer
Amazing. He
dumb
stepped into the
luck.
newly opened passageway.
I want the boss's office. Man, dream office right there, except I'd redo the wallpaper. But I would write like crazy. I don't remember. Does this game get creepy? God, I hope not. I'm not up for some creepy. I'm not up for creepy right before bed. Oh, uh-oh.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest,
Are we
as
gonna
though
end
he
up in the
felt
red
more
basement?
free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay, just watching the time. Woo! I thought we were gonna end up in the creepy red basement. Oh, we might end up.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Escape. I mean that. I feel like that's a little bit obvious. Yeah, no. But are we gonna?
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent
Oh
death.
no, really? Yeah, but he also said we had a beautiful wife. Oh, now I'm scared. Are we gonna get chopped up into teeny tiny bits? Oh no.
The
Oh,
door
I'm
behind him
nervous.
was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Ooh. Do we do it?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence
Oh,
whatsoever.
shitballs.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned
we're
and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh no, we can't jump out or anything? Okay, we're gonna duck down and.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What? What is happening? Oh, I don't know which way to go. Okay, we got boxes over here. Let's get the fuck out of here.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Nature paintings. Why did the narrator change? Oh, is this like a diorama of the offices? Do we know where Stanley's? The two doors. Oh, okay. So the two doors. What is this? Okay, hold on. Let's go see. The set of the two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Okay, so we know the two doors. Filing cabinets. So we go, okay, let's follow this through. This is so reminiscent of Heretic, that new movie Heretic. You go in and it's like belief and disbelief. The two girls go into the room and it's like the belief and disbelief doors, and they have to choose one, but ultimately, spoiler alert, they lead to the same thing. Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors at a good time. Okay. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path from Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added and altered throughout development through the core, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. Okay, so, oh, is this Stanley's office? Yes, that's Stanley's office. So we come out here, we go through here. Yep, I recognize this. Okay, so it's actually this way to the two doors, and then there's nothing else here. Okay. Interesting. Office computers. I love how one of them's got solitaire. A loading screen. Employee database. Wow, this is from 2013. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's anything weird written up here. Okay. Nothing odd. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. I dig it. Cool. Okay, okay. Interesting. This way or that? That looks more interesting, so let's do... Oh, the office. What is... Oh, that's without the wallpaper. Ooh, looks like a prison cell there. Oh, I hate when they do this and it's like you don't know what you want to explore. Office clock. Okay, hold on. I wish I could run. What's over here? 431 to 436. Maintenance room. The office. Okay. War zone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. The lounge. The office. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrators for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for the promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of those emails. Dear narrator, will the Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings? If the Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping, I hope it will have a fine select. Oh, how do you make a JRPG? How would you make the worst game ever? What is the difference between a duck? How is the game doing? I hope it's as good or better than the first one from a cool man. Are you a rock? No, Oto, I am not a rock. Thank you for your question. Could you tell me what the significance of the number 1112800 is? I wonder where that number comes up. Well, the thing I want to know is, what would you do if Stanley entered any other rooms? Well, we learned that on our first go round. I have a burning question. For instance, on a scale of Max Ernst to Salvador Dali, how surreal will this game be? Were you born with a magnificent voice, or did you? Ah, congratulations, congratulations. In line with our previous announcement regarding the ongoing promotion, here's the result into the attached file. Open it carefully to see the full details of the result. Congratulations, be the first to apply for your claim. I wanted to tell you I liked the Stanley Parable as much as I liked seeing a humorously small badger in swim trunks. I liked it as much as I like walking in the park. Okay, okay, we're done. Cool. What is this? This is the cargo lift. In a previous version, in I'm trying to get close. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. This is so trippy. Option 1, maintenance. Oh, I can't read that tiny. The other entrance would be hidden depending on how you entered. Okay, okay, okay. Obey, disobey. Doorway to maintenance in the lounge and the original back on track option. Okay. I'm not going to dig into that too hard and try and memorize everything. It's all good. Why is there a projector facing the window? What in the world? Zending. This screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Big red button. Okay, the Zending. Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever, the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. Ah. The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game options. Oh, the escape menu? Okay. What does that say? For a long time, we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized that was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. It's like one of those things where if you look at it, monitor room, elevator. Okay. Okay, I'm kind of good with being done with this museum. How do we get the hell out of here? War zone. I have no idea where we're going. Narration
Now then,
outtakes.
this elevator for sure would get him right back on track to where he was supposed to be. The story. Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door.
Okay, let's get the fuck out of here. Something about this is starting to get annoying. Freedom ending. This was the very first incarnation of the freedom ending in the game's alpha. I want that. Freedom ending. See, this is a little tricky simply because I don't have a sense of direction hardly at all. Oh, I wish I could read the cup. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November of 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third in February of 2013. Okay, cool, very cool. What is it? Hum. Okay, I want out. Get me the hell out of here. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game, blah blah blah. This is the first one released in May 2012. Okay, honestly, I don't care. Do I have to quit? Do I have to restart? Is that the point? Like, I've broken the matrix, there's no way out? We might be restarting, ladies and gents. Yeah, this is feeling trappy. I'm wondering if that's the whole point, that there is no way out. I'm sure that the people who have played this are probably like, duh, you have to do this to get out, or this to... Okay. And this is where we came in. Okay, I think, and I could be wrong here, but I think we've gone over everything. So, begin the game again. Well, that was interesting.
All of his co-workers were gone. What
I'm
could it
curious
mean?
now.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so it seemed like based off that
When Stanley came to a
map
set of
of the
2
yellow,
open doors, he entered the door on his left.
it seemed like there were options down
This was
this
not
way.
the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay,
Wow.
lounge.
Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Boom. Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Should we? The temptation of the big red button. Okay, let's do it. Fuck it. Stanley doesn't listen very well. Do you, Stanley?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, From here, it's, left.
Left. Okay. So I came in here. Oh, dur.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My
That
mistake.
scared me. You sure?
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
He doesn't know.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep.
This one,
Okay,
right?
okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Spooky. Oh.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick,
Yet?
Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back
Tired.
to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely
Wait, why is
unusable.
427?
How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning.
Wait, where's
And this time,
427?
suppose we don't wander so far off track,
Or
Okay,
430,
from the top.
420. Oh, it was just normal. Okay. Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Forgot
Perhaps he had simply
how
missed a
trippy
memo.
this game is. Okay, we're gonna do this again, but we're gonna get back on track instead of going down the big
When
red
Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
I kind of want to go through that one just because we can't. Okay. Okay, we can't do that one. Inky Binky Bonky Daddy had a donkey. Donkey died. Daddy cried. Inky Binky Bong.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Hey. Whoa. Let me just give me a shot.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay,
Oh, shit.
It's worse.
It's
I might be
worse.
remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Just kind of arbitrarily poking at doors here. Should I just go back?
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
What in the world is happening? That's not creepy.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is
Yeah,
this the story?
You and me both.
I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah, this looks like some
Do you
serial
remember,
killer
Stanley?
hangout.
Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job.
gold
Oh,
star.
no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Hey,
Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay?
cut me some
I'm
slack
getting
here.
weirded out by whatever this place is. I
I
don't
am
care
too.
what might happen this time. I have to restart.
The end is never the end.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Do we follow the line? Tempted not to. Are you gonna say something?
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Oh, okay. He's fed up with us. Oh, spilled coffee. Good luck getting that out of the carpet. Okay. Follow the yellow brick road.
You see? The line
Follow
knows
the
where
yellow
the
brick
story
road.
is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
Follow
Nope.
the yellow
Here's
brick
a thought.
road.
Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by
Line's
the act
getting
of
a little
moving
wonky.
forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Yeah. Whoa. That's a little much. Oh my god. Hold on. What if we shake this up a little bit? Can we go anywhere now? This music is horrible. Make it.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look
God.
at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, I'm cheating here and grabbing my phone so that I can take a picture of it. Okay, got it. Just in case. Just in case. Feels like bullshit, but just in case.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No. The Stanley Parable Adventure. No. I'm so confused. Okay, we came in here, we crisscrossed, and we went this. So we're gonna follow this way. I told you guys I don't have a sense of direction.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it.
To hell with it.
Restart.
The guy who voices this reminds me of oh, I don't know his name. The guy who he reminds me of the voice that the narrator who voiced the Harry Potter CD-ROM games, at least the early ones.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I heard the door. Which door? There we go. I am going to have to cut this off in about 10 minutes.
This is exciting. Just
because
me
my
and Stanley
recording
forging
limit.
a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay. This is so like Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. Okay, I turned around, so let's go back this way. Okay, right, left. Okay, right, 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 right. You see the problem here? It's not doing it. Oh. Are we going back?
Oh,
Oh.
no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
You think? I like that he's talking to us a little bit more.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
You have not been an entirely reliable narrator. The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
I won't do it.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination.
Oh, dude,
so
shut
I
up.
hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
Okay, my lovelies. We are coming up on 54 minutes here, and it caps at 60, so I think that's a great pause point. That was a fast hour, and we still haven't figured out what the hell is going on. So thank you so much for joining me for another episode of gaming, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your morning, noon, and night, and I will see you next time. Bye.